All right, let's just get right into it. Today, we are going to cut through all the noise, all the hype about making money online. We're going to give you something that's actually simple and powerful, a real blueprint to build a one-person business and get it to $10,000 a month. So let's do this.
So a lot of this thinking comes from entrepreneur Iman Gadzhi, and he really doesn't mess around. The whole point here isn't to make things super complicated. It's to show you the exact levers you need to pull to build a solo business that actually, works, without getting sucked into all that usual guru hype you see everywhere.
And this slide, I think, really lays it all out. It shows this massive shift in thinking. I mean, the old way, it was all about dreaming big, right? Like, I'm going to build the next Amazon. You're picturing yourself managing a huge team, building these crazy complex systems, all before you've even made a single dollar. But the new way, it's just you, your laptop, and the right strategy. That's it. No employees, no crazy overheads, just pure, focused action.
Okay, and that brings us to the first big problem, the first major hurdle. We're calling it the complexity trap. And honestly, this is the #1 reason most people crash and burn when they start out. They just pick a business model that is way too complicated right from the get-go.
I mean, think about it like this, right? If your buddy who's never even jogged around the block told you he was going to run a marathon tomorrow, what would you say? You tell him he's crazy, right? Start with a 5K. But for some reason, in the online business world, everyone tries to run the marathon on day one. It's completely backwards. The real magic, the real progress, it happens when you simplify everything.
So, what's the best way to simplify? It's this one word: productize. This is the absolute core concept of this whole thing. It means you stop trading your hours for dollars. Instead, you build something, an asset, just once. It could be a course, an ebook, some templates, whatever. You build it one time, and you can sell that thing over and over and over again, forever.
All right, so how do you actually do this? It all starts with a really simple foundation. It really just boils down to 2 critical decisions. #1, picking the right model, and we already know that's a productized one. And #2, picking the right niche.
Now, this next part, the niche, is where so many people mess up. They try to be a generalist. They say something super broad like, I'm a fitness coach. Okay, but who are you talking to? Everybody? The problem is when you try to talk to everybody, your message gets so watered down that you end up talking to absolutely nobody. But now, look at this. This is the specialist. See how ridiculously specific this is? It calls out the exact person, a busy dad in his 30s. It hits on their specific pain point, the beer belly. And, this is the best part, it even tackles their biggest objection head on. They don't want to give up their weekend beers. A message like this, it just cuts through all the noise like a laser beam. And that right there perfectly illustrates the point. Specificity wins every single time. You want that potential customer to see your stuff and have that holy crap, this person is talking directly to me moment. That's when the magic happens. That's how you make something that actually sells, not by trying to appeal to the biggest market you can find.
Okay, let's get into what I think is the most powerful part of this whole one-person business model. It's this idea of building an asset once that you can sell forever. This right here is the real key to scaling up and getting your freedom back.
Let's break this down with a really simple question. Imagine you have 40 hours to work. Would you rather spend those 40 hours building one custom website for one client and make, say, $3,000 one time? Or would you rather spend those same 40 hours creating a course that you can sell hundreds of times and earn $30,000 or even more over its lifetime? See? It's the exact same time investment, but the result is just wildly different. And that's the core difference between working in your business versus working on your business.
So here's the bottom line. It's simple, right? Simplicity scales, complexity fails. You can sell a digital product to 10 people or 10,000 people, and your workload doesn't really change. But if you try to scale a complex, service-based business, it often just crumbles under its own weight.
You got to think of your digital products and AI as your modern-day leverage. Seriously, they're like your employees. They work for you 24/7, they never call in sick, they never have a bad day, and they sure as heck never ask for a raise. With the AI tools we have today, a single person can literally have the power of what used to take a whole team.
Okay, so having the right strategy, that's one half of the puzzle. But let's be real, it's pretty much useless if you don't have the right mindset to actually execute it. And this is where most people get stuck. So let's talk about the psychological shifts you absolutely have to make.
This one might be a bit of a harsh truth, but you need to hear it. The market
It doesn't really care about your passion, not nearly as much as it cares about its own problems. So you have to stop trying to monetize what you love and start monetizing what people need solved. Find a real pain point and sell them the aspirin.
You've also got to get over this fear of being imperfect. Let me tell you something. Your first product, it's going to suck. Your first sales page, probably going to suck. Your first video, definitely going to suck. And you know what? That is 100% normal. The only difference between the people who make it and the ones who don't is their willingness to just push through that phase where everything kind of sucks.
And that leads right into this next point. An ugly offer that's actually out there, live, and making sales, that is a million times better than some perfect idea that's just collecting dust on your hard drive. Chasing perfection, it's just a fancy word for procrastination. Remember, the goal here is to be profitable, not perfect.
And last but not least, you don't have to be a genius to do this. Seriously, the people who are really making money with this model, they aren't necessarily the smartest people in the room. They're just the ones who show up every single day. They test things, they create stuff, they learn from what doesn't work. That consistent action will beat a brilliant idea that's stuck in someone's head every single day of the week.
All right, so we've covered the strategy and we've covered the mindset. Now it's time to put it all together. Let's create a simple, actionable plan that you can literally start today. Think of this as your day one action list.
And here it is, the whole blueprint in 5 simple steps. Number 1, pick one productized model. Don't get distracted. 2, niche down hard. I mean, so specific it almost feels uncomfortable. 3, build that asset, the thing you build once and sell forever. 4, ship it fast and stay consistent. Just get it out there. And 5, and this is the most important one, solve a real problem, a painful one. That's it. That's the whole game right there.
And look, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky theory. On one of the big platforms for digital creators, the average person is pulling in $7,382 a month. We're talking about normal people, just like you, applying this exact model every single day. The system just flat out works.
So really the question isn't, is this possible? Because it absolutely is. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? You have the blueprint now. You know the mindset shifts you need to make. You have everything you need to get started. So let me ask you, what will you do on your day one?